Johnson from Florida, Jonah Williams from Alabama, Tyler Shelvin from LSU, Damian Square from Alabama, Vernon Hargraves from Florida, Mike Hilton from Ole Miss, and yes, Evan McPherson from the University of Florida, and of course from Fort Payne, Alabama. So that's a heck of a postseason for that young man, as there was some news coming out of Auburn today, and the news is in regards to their offensive coordinator. Austin Davis has resigned 6 weeks after taking the job, citing, quote, personal reasons. My decision to resign is 100% based on personal reasons. After more than a decade in the NFL with the daily grind as a player and coach, I've realized how much I miss my family and desire to spend more time with them, end quote. Your thoughts, Wes?
Oh, I mean, I listened to everything today, and he's won 6 games, had 5 coordinators. I mean,
hard to spin this positive.
I mean, it's nothing. I don't think it's anything that can be positive about it. Just hope that hope it isn't as bad as it looks.
Would like to believe that, and I'm with you. But it does appear from afar that it needs some work. That car needs some work over in the shop here at Woody Anderson Ford. Fair to say?
Well, I mean, I don't. Woody might be able to fix them. It's going to take Woody. I mean, it might be. So I was listening to the guy on the radio, and he says it might be a horrible day to Wednesday for Auburn. That they
signing day, the other signing day.
Right now, it doesn't look good. That they had 4 or 5 guys out there they thought they could get, and now it looks like none of them are coming. Now that could change.
Yep.
And this was an Auburn. I was listening to a guy that covers Auburn. And he, but it's never as bad as it seems. It's never as good, ever.
A quick peek ahead, just in case you're wondering how it starts in year 2 for Coach Harsin. It's back-to-back home games with Mercer and San Jose State, then a home game against Penn State as the back-to-back there of those. Then another home game to start out SEC play. That is Missouri, then LSU at home. So that's 5 straight home games for Auburn to start 2022. There's some good news before traveling to Georgia in the second Saturday in October, then at Ole Miss, then an off week before welcoming in Arkansas to close out the month of October, at Mississippi State, play host to Texas A&M, play host to the Hilltoppers of Western Kentucky, then at Alabama. But starting off with 5 straight home games, I mean, you could do a whole lot worse. Just Auburn fans out there listening.
Well, I mean, yeah. Listen, I thought they were close to having a really good football team this year. I've said it. I thought that Harsin did a good job, and this off, I'm kind of perplexed by what's going on right now.
Going to look dramatically different is this football team, and there is another football team that is starting to look different, and even their head coach has declared himself the Portal King. Lane Kiffin went on Twitter.
The Portal King?
Portal King, and superimposed his head over the Tiger King's head.
Oh, I don't believe he did it.
No, he probably didn't do it. Had somebody else do it. But the Portal King resides in Oxford, Mississippi.
We'll see how that all works out for him.
I say that to also say
the problem is all his coaches got in the portal too, though.
Yeah. That's exactly where I was about to go. Ole Miss did also announce that they are launching a $350 million facilities campaign, and
Wow.
it was this came over the weekend, and to start off the said campaign, it is Lane Kiffin who is saying, if we don't do this, they're going to other places that will not be in Oxford, Mississippi. So it's time to get on the Lane train.
Well, they've needed to update for their facilities for quite some time. It's caused a lot of heartache, and they've lost a lot of coaches because of it.
Yep.
For decades.
So
The ones they wanted to keep.
Ole Miss would also like to do a $45 million renovation to the Manning Performance Center, which is adding new meeting rooms. Also, there is a cardio room that they would like to administer, as well as a yoga Pilates space there. State-of-the-art technology, fueling stations, and offices for the nutrition staff. So maybe the nutrition staff is just out and about floating around the way they're making it sound.
Well, I mean, it's nutrition staffs is the all-new thing. It's been around Alabama for 10 years. These other schools are just now coming around. And I mean, some of them have been doing it for a minute, but they didn't have the facilities, and they're figuring it out. So I understand what they're trying to do and accomplish, and everybody's trying to catch up because, in their opinion, that's what's the reason other schools like and Tuscaloosa that they're recruiting. But it's just not the facilities; it's everything. You have to have the whole gambit to do it year in and year out, and be able to keep your coaches.
I don't know how much Saturday Night Live you watch. I watch very little of it, honestly, but there was a video that popped out late Saturday night into early Sunday that I found insanely entertaining. So that's why I'm bringing it up. Peyton Manning was on Weekend Update and was breaking down the NFL playoffs just how you would think Peyton Manning would break down the NFL playoffs.
You probably have a better perspective on this than almost anyone in history. How great were those games?
Yeah, I heard they were incredible.
You heard?
Yeah, it sounds like all the teams did a great job, lots of passing, and all the touchdowns were in the end zone.
So you didn't watch any of the games?
Well, I planned to, but I had an hour to kill before the first game, and just for fun, I put on the first episode of Emily in Paris Season 2. And I watched the entire season straight through. Oh, my God, Colin. This show has everything. Romance, adventure, sensuality, culture, a fresh take on feminism, finally. Not to mention a culinary tapestry so rich, I can only describe it as food porn.
Wow. Well, I'm glad you liked Emily in Paris. But in football news, did you hear the rumors that Tom Brady might be retiring?
Yeah, I'm not sure it's true. I think it's probably just speculation. But if it were me, I probably would retire if it gave me more time to watch Emily in Paris.
It's Peyton Manning.
Who's Emily in Paris?
It's a television show, and I have not watched one single second of it, so I don't know a single thing about it, but clearly Peyton Manning does.
No, I think that was a good skit though.
Yeah, there's no doubt. And coming up on the program, just a 1-hour adventure today. We'll certainly take your phone calls, but Lomas Brown is going to join us on loan from the Detroit Lions radio network, and wanted to get Lomas in to talk a little bit about what he saw over the weekend, as well as the longtime Lion quarterback into the Super Bowl. I do wonder how Detroit Lion fans out there think about the Rams in the Super Bowl with a certain guy named Stafford who spent so many years up there in Detroit. We'll talk to Lomas Brown about that and maybe a blueprint on seeing what the Cincinnati Bengals have done to get the Lions over the hump, and is Goff the guy? I mean, Jared Goff did go to a Super Bowl with the Rams a couple of years ago in what was a loss to the Patriots, but it looks right now that the Rams have got the better end of that deal, but they did kind of mortgage their future to win at all costs right now.
Well, you got to win when you got the players. I mean, I don't know how much they mortgaged. It can't be any worse than the New Orleans Saints, and they didn't make the Super Bowl.
No.
From what I'm understanding. I mean, over the salary cap that much is crazy.
The other big story of the weekend, the SEC Big 12 Challenge goes to the Southeastern Conference. How about that Alabama Crimson Tide basketball team as they get a big win at home over Baylor? So they've played three.
Like a totally different team.
They played three of the Final Four teams from
beat them
last
all.
year, and they have beaten all
That
three.
is just crazy. And lose to Georgia. I mean,
Yeah. Lose to Davidson.
Davidson's in the top 25 now. So, I mean, I think that might have caught up. This team is not as tough as last year's team. There's no doubt about that.
Yep.
But if they play, and as it was well put on a show, he says, listen, they need to make 3 or 4 at the end. They haven't been making it, and when they do, they're going to be tough to beat. And they made those threes at the 3 or 4 threes at the end are the difference maker. I think they've averaged been getting beat by 6 points, something like that. So,
had an opportunity to talk to Nate Oates and Bruce Pearl today in preparation of tomorrow's big matchup. In fact, we will be down on the Plains tomorrow to get you set for that big matchup, which tips at 8 o'clock, and that's a game that you can hear right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone. We are live here at Woody Anderson Ford. If you're in the market for a new or used vehicle, they can service you quite well here at Woody Anderson Ford, located online at woodyandersonford.com. If you're in the market, again, for a new or used, or if you want to make a custom order, you can also do that online as well. Just click on the custom order tab, like a certain someone has already done with his new Bronco. Grabbed it right here at Woody Anderson Ford. How's that new
awesome.
Bronco treating?
I haven't got to ride it much. Somebody else is riding it lately a lot.
I also see a certain dog in the back seat of said vehicle that is getting toted around out there. So anyway, they can take care of you here at Woody
That
Anderson
wasn't in the
Ford.
Bronco, thanks.
Oh, was it not in the Bronco?
Our new dog Spot.
Yeah. Spot wasn't in the Bronco?
Yeah.
Okay. All right. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. One other bit of NFL news to pass along, and actually there's it might influence what is going on down in Tuscaloosa, and that is the fact that Brian Daboll has been hired by the Giants, and now that Josh McDaniel has also been hired, there is rampant speculation that Bill O'Brien might find his way back into the National Football League, but the program down in Tuscaloosa is in search of an offensive line coach, Wes.
Well, they got our offensive line coach.
Is that a done deal? Did Kentucky's
from what I understand,
Wolford?
that he's coming to Tuscaloosa. And that's why, I mean, I knew that there was a little bit of unhappiness with the offensive line this year from the big guy.
Doug Marrone.
No, from the big guys, actually, Coach Saban.
Okay.
Yeah, for Coach Saban, I don't think he was happy with the progress they made this year, and felt like they could have played better at times. And so I don't think it was a done deal unless they could get certain people to come, and that was this Kentucky coach. And I think he wants somebody to bond with the players more. That's not what he's told me or anything, but that's what I understand.
Yeah.
That they need somebody that maybe, there's two ways. I had a bunch of different coaches as offensive line, playing offensive line. And the guy I learned the most about, played in the NFL for 8 years. Not that matters, because technique, if a guy knows what he's doing, he might not have been big enough or better enough or stayed healthy enough to play in the NFL. But I did have an NFL coach, and it was a combination of him and Coach Fuller that helped me. And then, of course, my father had me in training since I was a little tight, but I was being developed when I was 6 and didn't know it. But the reason I say that is it seems like to me the players at Kentucky absolutely love this coach. And when you love your coach, you play a heck of a lot harder for him. And I think Coach Saban wants to get some stability on the offensive line. So I think that's why he's going in this direction.
There is also some news in regards to the NCAA Rules Committee. I'll have that story for you on the other side as we're live here at Woody Anderson Ford. Lomas Brown is going to join us at 5:40, but your call's certainly welcome.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
Hi, everybody. Eli Gold here. Right now, indoor air quality occupies top-of-mind awareness for families and business owners. Rick Smith and the trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems can take care of your indoor air quality concerns with their state-of-the-art indoor air quality solutions. Environmental Comfort's indoor air quality systems remove 99.9% of airborne contaminants so you and your family can breathe clean, fresh air. If anyone in your family suffers from allergies, or if you just want the security of knowing the air you breathe inside your home is free from viruses, bacteria, pet dander, dust, and odors, Environmental Comfort Systems are the professionals to call. Environmental Comfort also carries state-of-the-art, high-efficiency comfort systems that increase home comfort, keep humidity in check, and help you save money on your energy bills. Give my friend Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and breathe cleaner air today. Environmental Comfort Systems, Alabama license number 92314.
Hey there, Bob Baumhauer here. Baumhauer's Victory Grill is your big game headquarters all fall long. And with our new fall features, every day is game day at Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Try our pregame starters, including our homemade onion strings, always fresh hot lips, and our all-new Buffalo Dippin' Chicken appetizer. Our main events include incredible chicken, fish, and shrimp selections, always featuring local Alabama Gulf seafood. And don't forget our Sunday Blitz, 11 to 6. Baumhauer's Victory Grill. Legendary fun, legendary food.
Sir Von Brewski has piloted his brew ship homeward and is preparing for re-entry into the VBC South Hall for the 6th annual Von Brewski Beer Festival.
Presented by Engel & Volkers. Experience over 100 beers on tap from over 50 different breweries, live music, souvenir glasses, food, and more. Von Brewski Beer Festival at the VBC South Hall, Saturday, February 5th. Tickets on sale now at VonBraunCenter.com. Guests must be 21 and older.
Get your Ford your way today. Hey folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and we've got F-150s in stock right now. We have F-150s on the ground so you can climb behind the wheel and take a test drive today. Plus at Woody Anderson Ford, our 2021 F-150s come with $1,000 in bonus cash, along with financing as low as 0% for up to 60 months with your good credit. This offer ends January 31st. To be clear, these F-150s are in stock today, ready for your garage tonight. Now let's talk about making a custom factory order. Not only is there no extra cost to custom order, but you'll get $1,000 off MSRP on top of any additional factory rebates on 2022 F-150, Explorer, Ranger, Expedition, and Mustang. Go to WoodyAndersonFord.com and you'll see how easy it is. And speaking of easy, our service department is now offering free pickup and delivery when it's time for your next Ford service. Ask about it at Woody Anderson Ford, the corner of Jordan and Sparkman. Look forward to seeing you.
Mark and Henry McDaniel, attorneys at law, are proud alumni of Madison Academy, and Madison Academy is proud of them. They have served our community through their practice, through volunteerism and service on national, state, and local boards. They explain the complexity of critical court rulings on local media. Their successful practice has been built on integrity. Both are veterans of MA Athletics and proud sponsors of Mustang football. McDaniel & McDaniel, Attorneys at Law. No representation is made that the quality of the legal services to be performed is greater than the quality of legal services performed by the lawyer.
When I chose a garage door company, I did my homework. I needed Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. They have a 5-star Google rating. I checked their reviews and liked what their customers had to say. Precision Overhead Garage Door has lifetime warranty packages. Same-day service if I call before 2 p.m. If they can't make it the same day, my service call fee the next day is waived. They did a 25-point safety inspection on the door and operator. Now that's peace of mind. Residential, commercial, and gate services. Precision Overhead Garage Door Service. Call 256-400-4500.
Hey, this is Justin with the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill. We'd like to invite you to North Alabama's premier patio bar and grill, where at the factory, we have something going on each and every night. Monday night, steak night. Tuesday night, karaoke. Wednesday night, the Jeep community comes out for Jeep Jam. Thursday, it's bike night, the biggest in the valley. Friday and Saturday, live concerts on our 4,000-square-foot patio, along with drink specials and a beautiful staff. What are you waiting on? We will see you at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill.
This segment of The Drive is brought to you by Woody Anderson Ford, located online at woodyAndersonFord.com, with 2 locations, Hughes Road in Madison and Jordan Lane in Huntsville.
Back here at Woody Anderson Ford, coming up at the top of the hour, we will hand things over to the Crimson Tide Sports Network. Hey, Coach, at the top of the hour as Alabama prepares for a road trip to Auburn tomorrow night. And on that subject, we will be down on the plains tomorrow evening to get you ready for said matchup, but we'll also be at the Furniture Factory Bar and Grill coming up on Wednesday. Then Thursday, of course, we're at Baumhauer's Victory Grill as well before we wind down the week on Friday. So that is what is to come. And speaking of things coming down the pike, this is making some news as of this afternoon. The NCAA Rules Committee is exploring changes to limit fake injuries in college football. Steve Shaw told The Athletic today that faking injuries is going to be a big topic at the next meeting of the NCAA Football Rules Committee coming up on March the 1st. This is a rule change year, meaning that you can put forth its recommendations for immediate consideration for the NCAA's Playing Rules Oversight Panel. We certainly saw this crop up big time when Ole Miss took on Tennessee, when the fake injury was, shall we say, it was occurring. I mean, there's just no ifs, ands, or buts about it, but player safety is such a high priority.
Well,
how in the world can you implement anything?
It's easy. Just make them when they can't come right back in the game. Make them sit out for 5 minutes. If they're hurt, they don't need to come back in the game anyway. The chance of getting hurt again is high. That's what I would do.
So Lane Kiffin in this story from The Athletic was quoted saying, "You're not going to stop it until you say a guy has to stay out for so many plays."
Yeah.
So what's the number of plays?
I don't think it's plays. I think it's minutes. I think you have to sit out for 5 minutes.
I mean, yeah. Are you talking like real time or game clock?
Game time.
Game clock time. So you're injured at 10 minutes. You don't get to come back until 5 minutes.
Exactly. There's not rocket science there.
Shaw did say that the topic will be a focal point in the March 1st meeting, saying there will be a drive to do something. A next step is needed.
Yeah. I mean, and this was all predicted by the GOAT soothsayer, who said this is what would happen. Players would start getting hurt.
Yep.
Now, some of them are actually hurt and some of them aren't. So, and it's hard to tell the difference the way they're doing it. And they're artificially taking the rules and making the game faster. Well, they're figuring it out. The defenses are figuring out a way to slow it back down. So, yeah. I mean, it's more they change it. I like this weekend. This weekend they put their flags in their pocket. It was fun to watch.
Yeah, yeah.
They didn't call this little nilly stuff.
Good self-edit right there.
Yeah, well, I thought that on the Los Angeles Rams, the first drive now, was it the Rams or the Bengals' first drive? They pretty much had a hold of their arms. On some of those, it should have been interference. It's fun how I've gotten where I just pull for the play. I really don't care who wins anymore. It's just fun to watch good games.
So it was a week ago at this time that there was multiple discussions about the overtime rule in the National Football League. Not hearing as much today due to the fact that the Bengals turned over the football defensively to make the difference there in overtime.
Well, listen. It's not like they put it on the 25 and that's it. They kick it off.
Yeah,
and so you have the special teams, you have your defense. It's a team game. It's just not an offensive game. It's a team game. Your defense has to stop somebody. And if you drive the field and score a touchdown, well, there you go. But if you don't get a first down and have to punt, it flips. Then all they have to do is score a field goal.
Yep.
I kind of like the rules.
Do you like college football's overtime rule? What we saw at the end of the Iron Bowl.
Well, I got to say it's exciting. And it gave both teams a chance to win. It was very exciting. The 2-point thing, I mean, good night. You could cut the tension in the air. I mean, you could see the faces on the Auburn people that were at the game.
Yeah.
I liked it. I mean, I'd hate to lose a game like that. I felt sorry for Auburn at the end for a second. Well, if it'd been anybody other about them, I felt more for longer. You know what I'm saying? But it's a bad way to lose. We tied a big game when I was at Alabama, and I was so mad at the time for a minute. But we had the ball. I mean, it was like first down at the 2-yard line. And we ran our 2-point play that worked for a touchdown. But then we didn't have a 2-point play. So we kicked the field and tied it. And now they drove the field and missed a field goal at the end, so they would have won anyway. But we should have gone for 2. I get why you don't.
Yeah.
With a minute, it was a minute 40 or 50 left, because if you tie it, then they're going to try to win the game and maybe make a mistake. That's the thinking. But when you're playing against these kind of quarterbacks, and I think Mahomes was tired. He'd played, so hard for 2 games. He looked like he's playing tired at the end.
Well, that was an opportunity for Kansas City to go to 3 straight Super Bowls, and that, of course, did not happen.
It's so hard to do.
Yeah,
you can have the best team playing the best time. It's it doesn't take but a couple of mistakes. And
we saw the Bills in the early '90s go to 4 straight Super Bowls.
What was so cool, I thought was about to happen, is Cincinnati and lost all 4. And Cincinnati had been in the Super Bowl twice, and both times played San Francisco 49ers.
And we finally got our Jimmy Garoppolo moment with under 2 minutes left to go in that one.
I don't know. Is that his fault? I mean, guys right in his face at the beginning. It's 32 seconds.
Yeah, when Aaron Donald's right in your face.
I mean, he did a good job not getting sacked, and he did hit the guy.
It would have been fourth down.
I don't think
had he just
trying to blame that game on Jimmy Garoppolo was ridiculous, because it takes more than Jimmy Garoppolo. The problem was 19 got hurt.
Yeah.
And he's not in the game.
Debo.
Yeah, and Garoppolo played amazing game until they finally couldn't protect him any longer. I mean, anyway, so.
I guess the other big story that was reported was the fact that Tom Brady at least has retired, I guess.
No, I don't think he has.
Guess. But it was certainly reported by Adam Schefter from ESPN on Saturday. I do wonder whether or not how the story was leaked out, whether or not this is going to make Tom Brady come back for one more year.
I don't know. I don't know if he's retired. He's thinking about retiring, leaning that way. But there's two things happened that makes me think it's not 100%. One is he hadn't come out yet.
Yep.
Two is the way the head coach says we haven't been notified.
Correct.
And I think if he thought he was going to retire or thought it was 100%, he wouldn't have said anything.
We do need to take our final time out. Lomas Brown is on the on-deck circle. We'll talk with him next right here on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
You're listening to The Drive with Wes Neighbors and Steve Moulton on 97.7 ESPN The Zone.
The kitchen is the heart of any home. It's where the family gathers. It's where kids discover old recipes and make them their own. Just starting out or just now getting started on the dream kitchen you've always wanted?
I'm Chris Haygood, and from all of us here at Bob Wallace Appliance to the home builders and the homeowners of the Huntsville area, a heartfelt thank you for buying local. We're in Huntsville, Florence, and Coleman, and online at bobwallaceappliance.com.
Katie Britt is a Christian conservative and an Alabama First business leader running for the United States Senate to save the American dream from Joe Biden's socialist agenda. Katie Britt will bring fresh blood and new energy to Washington and fight tirelessly for our conservative Alabama values. Here's Katie Britt.
My faith and relationship with the Lord guide my everyday life. Being pro-life and pro-Second Amendment doesn't make me radical. It makes me American. We have to show strength at the border, and what we are showing as a country right now is total weakness. It is so important that we protect our nation's borders. We are a nation of laws, not a nation of lawlessness. We need somebody that knows how to fight for Alabama, that believes in Alabama.
Katie Britt will fight for our Christian conservative values, put Alabama first, and never apologize for it.
I'm Katie Britt, and I approve this message.
Paid for by Britt for Alabama, Inc.
What began in a backyard in the 1920s is still going strong today. In this area, the name Gibson means barbecue. And even after over 65 years in Huntsville, Gibson's is trusted for delicious barbecue pork, chicken, ribs, freshly baked pies, and the best breakfast in town. Family owned and operated for 4 generations. Gibson's Barbecue, South Parkway in Huntsville, and online at gibsonsbbq.com. Gibson's Barbecue, Huntsville's best since 1956.
Hi, everybody. Eli Gold here. Right now, indoor air quality occupies top-of-mind awareness for families and business owners. Rick Smith and the trusted professionals at Environmental Comfort Systems can take care of your indoor air quality concerns with their state-of-the-art indoor air quality solutions. Environmental Comfort's indoor air quality systems remove 99.9% of airborne contaminants so you and your family can breathe clean, fresh air. If anyone in your family suffers from allergies, or if you just want the security of knowing the air you breathe inside your home is free from viruses, bacteria, pet dander, dust, and odors, Environmental Comfort Systems are the professionals to call. Environmental Comfort also carries state-of-the-art, high-efficiency comfort systems that increase home comfort, keep humidity in check, and help you save money on your energy bills. Give my friend Rick a call or visit them online at envcomfort.com and breathe cleaner air today. Environmental Comfort Systems, Alabama license number 92314.
Ann Adams with Berkshire Hathaway Rise Real Estate is the one name to know if you're buying or selling real estate. With years of local experience, Ann Adams offers buyers in-depth knowledge of the local housing market and will narrow available properties down to those you'll be interested in so you can save time when shopping for your new home. If you're ready to sell, Ann offers a seamless process using accurate pricing and expert negotiation skills to make sure you get a fair price for your home. Call Ann Adams today at 256-337-2625 or log on bhhsriserealestate.com.
Electric cars are coming faster than you think, and that's why we're bringing SEMA Connect to Alabama.
Our team educates you and helps provide a long-term plan for your business. Where to put them, how to get them there, how to pay for them, tax incentives, service, and monitoring. We take care of everything.
Doing the right thing means bringing EV car chargers to Alabama. Let us help you with your EV charging plan.
Tom Luganbill here for my friends at Woody Anderson Ford. Bobby White and his team take great pride in their service department, and you can see it the moment you walk into those beautiful new service lanes. And just like a championship team, they all work together to make sure your experience is second to none, whether you drive a Ford or not. Also, check out the gold certified pre-owned inventory at Woody Anderson Ford for great deals every day. Stop by and see them at Jordan and Sparkman or at Woody Anderson of Madison on Hughes Road, or visit WoodyAndersonFord.com.
Bring that playoff intensity every day to our shows.
Bring it on, Chops. Let's go.
Okay, maybe just for Drew DeArmond.
Ding, me.
Listen for Talkin' Ball with Scott Tyson and Drew. Weekday mornings starting at 7 on 97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
Super Bowl 56 is set between the Los Angeles Rams and the Cincinnati Bengals. And the last I checked, the Rams were an early 4-point favorite in the Super Bowl, which comes up a week from Sunday. Let's talk more NFL with Lomas Brown, who's kind enough to join us right now on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. How are you, Lomas?
I'm doing great. How are you guys tonight? How you doing?
Doing real well. Appreciate you asking. And I got to ask, as someone in the inside there with the Lions Nation, are they happy, you think, overall for Matthew Stafford now that he's getting ready to play in his first Super Bowl?
I would say probably I would go maybe 60-40. I think 60% of the people are happy for him, but you got some people that aren't. You got a lot of people that really thought that Matthew was a big, major part of the problem here in Detroit. You got some people that felt like he should have been able to elevate the talent that was around here if he was that good of a quarterback. But me, speaking as an ex-professional athlete and football player that was lucky enough to go to 2 Super Bowls and win one, I'm happy for him as an athlete. I'm happy that because that's why you play the game. You play the game to get to the Super Bowl, to be in the NFC Championship game, to be in some of those big-time games. And, I'm just happy he's finally getting the opportunity to perform on that stage. And to be honest with you, he's doing quite well on that stage. One more game to go, but he has done well for himself since he's left here in Detroit.
Boy, how many home teams have you seen go to a silent count in a championship game?
Hey, that was so crazy to me. Even before the game, when they were saying that probably would be like 60-some% San Francisco fans compared to the L.A. Rams fans. Now, I can't say I can say that I have been in that situation before when I was with the Arizona Cardinals back in the mid-'90s. I mean, visiting teams, especially those northern teams, they used to come out to Sun Devil Stadium, and you would think it's their stadium. I mean, they would have more fans than we would have there, and that's hard. It's tough. It's tough as an athlete, especially when you can't get that motivation from your crowd because the opposing team has more fans than you have there. So it's a strange situation. But again, Matthew, the L.A. Rams, the coaching staff, I think those guys handled the situation very well.
You said, Lomas, you were in 2 Super Bowls, losing one and winning one. Was the elation you had winning one as good as, or the the disappointment when you lost?
Ooh,
you know what I'm saying?
Hey, look, put it this way. when we lost the game, I'll give you a quick story. I was with the Giants with Glenn Parker, offensive guard, that played for the Buffalo Bills. He was on that team that lost 4 straight Super Bowls. So I just remember the night before the game, Glenn came to me. He was like, Lomas, he said, if we lose this game, it's going to be the worst feeling you ever felt in your life. And, of course, me, being brash, I just played it off. Yeah, right. This dude is just scarred because he lost 4 Super Bowls. He don't know what he's talking about. Oh, my goodness. When that final gun went off and we lost that Super Bowl, all I wanted to do was lay down on that field and just slit my wrist. Just slit my wrist and just bleed out right now. That's how bad I felt after that game. The worst professional feeling, other than Mike Utley getting paralyzed. I think it was probably the worst feeling that I had leaving off of a football field. It was terrible. But like they say, man, when you win it, it's the best feeling in the world. But I just think when you lose it, I think it stings a lot more than even when you win the Super Bowl. I think that hurt this stage with you.
You think it's because, an NFL season is long and very hard to stay healthy. Well, you don't stay healthy, but just, it's just a lot of work. And then you go to the playoffs and you get all the way there and you're so close. And to lose that, to me, it's like it's almost getting to that gold bar, and then somebody gets you with an arrow right in the leg right before you get it.
I agree 110% to it because, again, like you said, you pour so much of yourself, your time, your energy, your blood, sweat, and tears. Like you say, football is a hard game. It is a hard game. And even just practicing, getting yourself prepared for a football game, is hard because practice requires you to have contact, unlike the other sports. So you have to practice with contact to get better. So if you think about it, out of a 7-day work week, you're hitting Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, some teams, and then you play the game on on Sunday or Monday. So again, probably 3 days, maybe out that week, you aren't taking contact. But those other 4 or 5 days, you are taking contact. So, it's a hard game. You accumulate all these hits, and you accumulate all this soreness, and you just accumulate just being tired and worn out for a season. And like you said, when you get to that, get a chance to grab that ultimate goal, to grab that Lombardi, and it's snatched away from you, it's a hard thing to recover from.
Talking with Lomas Brown right now in the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline, and you saw the Bengals and Rams in consecutive weeks in weeks 6 and 7. What were your takeaways of what you saw back then in October?
Man, I'm gonna say, again, a good game, young quarterback in Joe Burrow, and I'm just so impressed with him. I really am. For a guy to come into be the way he is in his second year in the league, I'm just so very impressed with Joe Burrow and what he's done, how he's able to lead this team. And then you look at Matthew Stafford. I know it's hard because I've seen it with Jared Goff here. Think about it, going to a different team, different system, different city, different teammates. It's a lot of things different, a lot of things that you have to learn kind of on the fly, and you have to be good at it too. Because again, it's year to year. It's every year. It's like, what have you done for me lately? So for Matthew Stafford to step in there and get them back to the promised land, all the expectations that were put on him, everything that came with Matthew Stafford, for him to overcome all that and for him to get them back to the Super Bowl. And like I say, for Joe Burrow to do what he's doing at such a young age, the league is in good hands. I'll say that right now. The NFL is in good hands with all this young talent, especially at the quarterback position, that we have that we'll be able to enjoy for years and years to come.
What were your big takeaways of Dan Campbell year one there with the Lions?
That's my guy. I love Dan. me and him played together for 2 years when we were with the New York Giants. So personally, I want Dan to do what. I didn't see any kneecaps land on the field. Remember, he said they were going to fight kneecaps.
That's
body
right.
Parts were going to be left on the field. I didn't see any body parts this year left on the field. But again, he had those guys playing so hard. If you think about it, man, the Lions, maybe 1 or 2 games, they didn't really come to play. But other than that, man, the rest of the season, they came to play. They played hard. They beat some impressive teams this year, and they were in games with some impressive teams to the end. So we're optimistic about where this thing can go at. We're really optimistic about the coaching staff, about the organization up top with Brad Holmes. We're just looking forward to the future, and hopefully we'll be able to get us a guy that can lead this team to the Super Bowl or at least get us deep into the playoffs.
So, do you think that Goff is going to be there next year or no?
I think he is. I really, truly believe. If you'd asked me this at the beginning of the season, I would have told you no. Hands out, flat out, no. But I'm telling you, Jared, I think over the last maybe 6 games of the season, I think he played some of the best ball. I'll put him up there with some of the quarterbacks, some of the top quarterbacks in the league, the way Jared was playing the last maybe 5 or 6 games of this season. He really atoned for earlier in this season. He's an accurate guy. His teammates seem to love him. He's a cool character, too. I haven't seen him get rattled any this year, so he's cool under fire. So, yes, I think Jared has proven that he can come back next year and lead this team, and hopefully they can start off quicker, start off faster, and he can lead this team at least to try to get into the playoffs or at least, have a winning record next year.
I saw him. He was very emotional in the first win. And you could tell that him and the head coach are really G-hawing together.
They did. They really bonded together, and you're right. And think about it, man. You know what? I think we were 0-9, 0-10 before we won that first game. Believe me, man, when you finally do get that victory, you're going to celebrate it. And you're right. I mean, you should have seen the whole team, the whole sideline just emptied, and everybody ran over to Amon-Ra St. Brown when he scored the winning touchdown against the Minnesota Vikings. Like you say, Jared Goff bear hugging the head coach. Guys out there chest bumping. It was great to see those guys get that victory because, again, like we talked about earlier, you work so hard. You work so hard to get victories in the NFL. You try not to take any of them for granted, and you enjoy each and every one of them that you can get.
Lomas, a lot of talk about the overtime that is going on right now in the National Football League, and you saw that front and center at Pittsburgh and what turned out to be a tie there in November. But overtime playoffs in the NFL, what's your take on whether or not it should stay the same, change? What would you do if I turned you into Commissioner Lomas Brown?
Well, I'll be Commissioner Brown right now. I think it should stay how it is. I know it's a lot of complaints. I know a lot of people think that both teams should get an opportunity to get the ball, but I'm old-fashioned. Stop the guys. Just stop the guys. If you're on the defensive side of the ball,
it's a team
you have
game.
To stop guys at all costs, especially when you're in overtime and it's almost it's like sudden death. You have to be able to stop guys, and that's why I don't understand when you have defensive coordinators that go into this prevent defense, or you have a defensive coordinator that gets a little conservative once you get into overtime. No, to me, that's when you turn it up. You try to turn it up on the guys, and you try to cause mistakes. You try to do everything you can to get the ball back to the offense, whether that means blitzing every guy on the defensive side of the ball, or whatever you have to do. But to me, you have to be, as a defense, you have to be able to stop an offense at least once. And so I like the overtime rule because, again, you take the it's a lot of things that you take out of the overtime rules. And I do love the sudden death about it. That's what I love about it. So I'm sorry for the people that want both offenses to get the ball. I just don't see it that way. I just think once you get the ball, the defense has the responsibility of stopping the offense.
Finally, where is that Super Bowl ring? Where is that in your trophy case?
Man, it's sitting in my top drawer. I got a top jewelry drawer. It's sitting up in there. I got it in some socks. I got my socks rolled up, and I got the ring inside the socks. Somebody comes in the house, and they can take on the other jewelry. I just wanted to have another precaution of where I kept that Super Bowl ring at.
It must be an old dirty sock.
Yes, that ring.
Protected.
I'm not giving it up that easy.
Is that a game used sock, or is that a...
Matter of fact, it's a dress sock. So I went in one of my dress socks, and they'll go to my football and athletic socks first, because I'm a former athlete. So I figured I'll throw them a curveball, and I'll put it with my dress socks. So it's where my dress socks are.
Lomas, thank you so much for your time. Really appreciate the breakdown, and always appreciate your candor as well, sir.
Absolutely, man. Anytime y'all need the big fella, give me a call.
Sounds great, Lomas.
Thank you, Lomas. That is Lomas Brown joining us on the Neighbors Wealth Management Hotline. His Super Bowl win was the Gruden Bowl when Tampa Bay beat Oakland 48-21. That was, it really wasn't that close even. It was done about halfway through the third quarter. So I'm sure he was all about a lopsided Super Bowl. But that is one thing. If you're 35 plus, you do remember blowout Super Bowls. But we've had now a couple of decades of competitive Super Bowls, and it's fun. There's no doubt about that. Just hope that we can get another competitive Super Bowl a week from Sunday at SoFi Stadium with the Rams and Bengals. That'll wrap us up here from Woody Anderson Ford. Coming up next is Hey Coach. We will talk to you tomorrow from down on the plains, getting you ready for Auburn and Alabama on the hardwood, as we're going to see a number one basketball team in the country tomorrow take on those Crimson Tide bunch.
Get your Ford your way today. Hey folks, Bobby White back again for Woody Anderson Ford, and we've got F-150s in stock right now. We have F-150s on the ground so you can climb behind the wheel and take a test drive today. Plus at Woody Anderson Ford, our 2021 F-150s come with $1,000 in bonus cash, along with financing as low as 0% for up to 60 months with your good credit. This offer ends January 31st. To be clear, these F-150s are in stock today, ready for your garage tonight. Now let's talk about making a custom factory order. Not only is there no extra cost to custom order, but you'll get $1,000 off MSRP on top of any additional factory rebates on 2022 F-150, Explorer, Ranger, Expedition, and Mustang. Go to WoodyAndersonFord.com and you'll see how easy it is. And speaking of easy, our service department is now offering free pickup and delivery when it's time for your next Ford service. Ask about it at Woody Anderson Ford, the corner of Jordan and Sparkman. Look forward to seeing you.
I want to thank you. Thank you for making us your number one choice for sports talk in North Alabama.
Thank you.
Thanks.
Thank you very much.
97.7 ESPN, The Zone.
On the Crimson Tide Sports Network. From Learfield, live from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa, this is Hey Coach, presented by Alpha Insurance. For auto, home, and life insurance, call Alpha. Also brought to you in part by Ford. For great offers on F-150, see your local Ford dealer. Proud sponsor of the Crimson Tide. Coca-Cola, new Coke Zero Sugar, new look, improved taste. Golden Flake, the official potato chip sponsorship of the Alabama Crimson Tide. Bud Light, it's for the fans. And by Toyota. Visit your local Toyota dealer today. Toyota, let's go places. Now, live from Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa, this is Hey Coach.
Welcome to Hey Coach, presented by Alpha Insurance. For auto, home, and life insurance, call Alpha. Welcome, everybody. I'm Roger Hoover alongside our producer and engineer, Tom Stipe, and we're glad to welcome you to Baumhauer's Victory Grill in Tuscaloosa. Roll Tide, everybody. Certainly glad to be with you tonight as we celebrate some great wins for the Crimson Tide. Also look ahead to a very busy week here at the Capstone. First up on the show, we'll be joined by Alabama's new volleyball coach, Rashinda Reed. This will be her first appearance on Hey Coach after she was hired by the university in December. We're excited to have Coach Reed here and joining us in just a few minutes. Then around 6:20 tonight, we'll be joined by Tide gymnastics coach Dana Duckworth. Alabama had some great performances last Friday at Auburn, and now the Crimson Tide are preparing for a tri-meet coming up on Friday in Tuscaloosa against North Carolina and Western Michigan. Finally, around 6:40 tonight, we'll be joined on the phone by Crimson Tide basketball head coach Nate Oates. He and the men's basketball team have made the trip to Auburn and are preparing for tomorrow's showdown on the Plains with the Tigers. We look forward to talking about that, plus the great victory this past Saturday against the 4th-ranked and defending national champion Baylor Bears. To join us tonight on the show, give us a call at 877-202-BAMA. A reminder, you can keep up with everything Alabama with the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app presented by Bancorp South. Download the Alabama Crimson Tide mobile app now for free at the App Store and Google Play. You're listening to Hey Coach from Baumhauer's Victory Grill, the official watch party location of the Crimson Tide. Rashinda Reed joins us next. This is the Crimson Tide Sports Network from Learfield.
Becoming America's best-selling brand means you never settle for anything less. Like the Ford F-150. With its premium-grade muscle and finely tuned intelligence, it's a beast with brains. The Ford Bronco Sport. With unquestioned toughness and capability, it's built to take on the mountains. And Ford's complete lineup of all-wheel drive SUVs gives you the power, style, and space you need for life on the go. Contact your local Ford store for exclusive offers on Ford's full lineup of cars, trucks, and SUVs. Sales time based on calendar year sales.
Thank you, Alabama fans, for your continued support of Golden Flake potato chips, pork rinds, and all our other delicious snacks from the Utz family of brands. Game day brings out the best in our players, our team, and our fans. So go for the slam dunk and grab your favorite bag of Golden Flake snacks. Because when you enjoy Golden Flake, you always win. Enjoy the simple Southern goodness of Golden Flake, the official potato chip of the Alabama Crimson Tide.
At Royal Furniture, we know Alabama football is life, and we're here to help. Help you turn your living room into a luxury suite with power motion sofas. Help you update your bedroom so you can count victories while you sleep. When it comes to furniture, no one can compete with Royal.